Hello, this is Socially Triggered, and this video is going to be on welfare and how it's not as easy to escape as people on the right will often say. Um, One of the things that there's always that debate between the left and the right. The left will say, oh, we have to help protect everybody. The right will say, well, just pick up your bootstraps and go out and work and you can be successful. Both are wrong. Both are wrong. Welfare is not the way to go. It does suck the life out of people. But not everybody can pick up their bootstraps and just work and get a job and live the American dream. Because there's a sweet spot that happens in between where the person, through whatever circumstance, might get onto welfare and get onto some kind of assistance. And it's really hard for them to get off that assistance. Because what ends up happening, especially in Canada, this is more of a Canadian problem, is the welfare system is so nurturing that there's no incentive for anyone to get off of it. If you're on welfare, it's like really earning $30 an hour in terms of how much benefit you can get from it, because they'll help you with your housing, they'll help you with your food, they'll help you provide a stable income, and also they'll help you with your children. they'll also provide, in Canada especially, with free medical. So pretty much all your essentials are covered. And you'll have like a monthly income to survive on as well, and you pay no taxes. So it's a pretty good system in terms of that. You, as a recipient of it, you do quite well. So there's no real incentive to get off of it. Now, when people say to them, "Hey, why are you just draining the system? Why are you just leeching off the system?" They might say, "Well, yeah, you're right. I am leeching off the system." But what can they do? If they leave the system, there is that gap that is created where they really it's really hard for them to get off the welfare because it is so good, and there's not many jobs that pay as much as welfare does, especially when you've been on welfare for a long time and you just don't have the skills to get a higher paying job. You'll get maybe a minimum wage kind of job, which won't be as good as the welfare was. So there's no incentive to switch from welfare to being a worker. And this is the real problem. There's that trap of the welfare system. So when people say, "Oh, just pick up your bootstraps," well, that doesn't solve the problem. The only way that the problem will ever get solved is to really almost take a very cold, harsh approach to it and say, to get the government to say no more, to stop it. Now, these people will suffer. I actually believe that they'll suffer tremendously when welfare is cut off, because they're dependent on it. They've no other. Some of the people are multi-generational welfare people, recipients, and it's really hard for them to break that generational welfare mentality. So they will suffer. It would be a shock. The amazing thing about humans, and I really do believe in the resilience of humans, is they can survive. People have the amazing ability to survive in the worst circumstances. North America, we don't understand how bad it can be in other places, and we people on the left will try to take care of everybody, and even the people that really barely need care to be given to them, well, they'll try to take care of them, but it's not. But it's so much worse in other places. I've traveled the world. I've seen some amazing things as a result, and I saw how poor people can be. And yet they're happy and surviving. That's the key. They're happy and surviving. Whereas here, they have so much given to them, and they're not happy, but they're more than surviving. So it would be a shock to their systems, but I believe this shock is necessary to revive them, to make them come back into into humanity, to give them a purpose, because then they will be happier. I think people need to work in order to feel a purpose and some usefulness. When we feel that we have no use, it's when that really, as a human thing, I really feel like that's when we feel our lowest. So this is the problem, and it's a thing that will take a real shock to these people to resuscitate them, because it's going to take some severe push by the government to say, hey, no more welfare. You're going to have to do it on your own. And many people might not, like some people will just actually fail altogether. But I think most people will find a way to endure, to survive and thrive. So this is my kind of belief about the welfare system. I don't believe that it's as simple as just picking up your bootstraps. You almost have to not only pick up your bootstraps, but be kicked in the butt in order to make that decision to pick up your bootstraps. And once they do make that decision, I think they'll be better off for it. I'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think about the welfare system? Should we provide more welfare? Should we provide less welfare? Should we continue the welfare system? What should we do? I love the discussion of these kind of topics, and I'm eager to hear people's feedback. Okay, thank you. Thanks for watching, and check out my other stuff. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.